Hey guys, MC Stu here, and today we're going to look at one of the best ships for leveling characters that you can pick up from the C store. Before we jump into it, and if you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you hit that sub button, ring the bell, give me a thumbs up if you find this video helpful to you. I appreciate that, and that helps me out quite a bit. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. It's going to be just a quick video just talking about what, in my opinion, is the best leveling ship in the game. Now, this ship will not be real valuable to you once you hit level 50, so do bear that in mind. Now that the change has taken place, and actually it took place quite a while ago, where they made all tier 6 ships usable at your once you finish the tutorial. So in the past, the way that it was is that you had to use the ships that were provided or purchase ships that were tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 as you progressed up through the different levels. And they made a change a while back where tier 6 ships now would scale with you. So you could start with a tier 6 ship, but it would block out console slots, bridge officer slots, and weapon slots, effectively making it the appropriate tier for whatever your level was. So that's still a good option, depending on, if you plan on spending, money on the game, or you don't mind spending 30, 60 bucks to buy a couple ships once you start getting into it. This option is going to be half that price, and the ship itself, like I said, once you get to that end game or level 50, a tier 6 ship is obviously going to be better, although you can certainly build it to, get through advanced content missions, things like that. If you know what you're doing or have watched some of the beginner guides that I've put out, you could certainly build the ship like that. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm on one of my alt accounts here just because I have this pack purchased on my other accounts, and I wanted to be able to get a good look at what it cost and be able to actually see that. And so if we go down to starter packs, there's actually a couple pretty decent deals in here. So this isn't the one I'm going to recommend, but this is a very good deal here for $20. This is a tier 6 ship. It'll scale with you, and this is actually a really good ship. You can beam boat with it. You can tank with it. There's quite a bit you can do with this. Stu 1701 has a tanking build on this particular ship, so I definitely recommend checking that out if you are interested. There's a fleet version of it that you can get, and it looks really, really cool. The skins that it unlocks. This pack also provides you with some extra bank slots, inventory slots, Borg duty officer, 2 extra bridge officer slots, and that was a Borg bridge officer, not duty officer, and some weapons that are not really worth much at all. So that's definitely a good contender just in terms of bang for buck for a tier 6 ship that will scale with you, although it will scale all the way down to the level that you're at. What I'm going to recommend today is going to be the Age of Discovery starter pack. And so this is not a tier 6 ship. I believe it scales to tier 5, I want to say. Tier 4 or 5, and we'll take a look when we actually jump into the ship. But it's $15, and if you wait for a sale, you can get it even cheaper than that. And what it'll include is the ship itself. You'll get the tardigrade, which is just a non-combat pet. You'll get some weapons that are okay. Nothing super special there. Inventory slots, always great. And some of this other stuff's kind of whatever. I mean, a lot of this you can get for next to free in-game. But the main thing is the ship. And the inventory slots are probably the most valuable parts out of this. And again, if you get it on sale, you could pay, $11, $12 for it. Definitely a decent value for what you get here. So let's go ahead and jump over to my other account where I actually have this ship unlocked, and let's just take a look at it and why I'm recommending this ship for leveling characters. Okay, here we are on my free-to-play account. I had got this this pack from a giveaway code that I had won, and I actually have an extra one, which we're going to be giving away, and I'll give you guys instruction for that at the end of the video here. This is going to be a short one, so we'll get to that here pretty quick. Let's go ahead and pick up the ship. I think I actually need to claim it from here. All right, here we go. So we should have that now. And that should have just equipped. So let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, here we go. So here is why this ship is excellent for leveling a character. Or if you're just new to the game and you're wanting to, go through and, have something that's going to be a little bit better or a lot better really than anything else you can get. And let's just take a look here. So I have a tier 6 ship here, and you'll see the main differences between my leveling, my scaling tier 6 ship is it's blocking out weapon slots, console slots, and it blocks out bridge officer seating. Here is one that the game gives you. This is a low level tier. It's the first ship you get, and obviously you can see what you're provided with. When you purchase and use this particular ship, and this is the only one in the game that is like this, the only thing that scales on this is the hull and the bridge officer seating that's available to you. So let's go ahead and ready the ship and just take a look at that. So if we take a look here at the bridge officer seating, some of these should end up being blocked out when we go up into space. Now, we should be able to pick whatever we want for it, but it's only going to let you have access to particular ones here. So let's just go ahead and beam up so we can take a look at it here in real time. Okay, here we are beamed up into space in our ship. It's a great looking ship too. I really enjoy this this design from Discovery here, and they did a great job in the game. The legendary version of this is just an excellent ship, the Walker class. Definitely recommend that ship if you're so inclined to purchase that with money. It's obviously quite a bit more expensive, but it's an excellent ship. Let's not get sidetracked. So let's take a look here. So I went ahead and we just equipped some engineering seating here. So you can see that we have all of these look like that they're good to go, right? And so on the other ships, what you'll find is these will be either crossed out or just won't show up. And that's what we're seeing here. So you only have access to the ensign. As we level this character up, so this is a level 7 character. I'm keeping it low level for other reasons, which maybe I'll make a video on later. But once I hit level 10, we'll have additional ranks of our bridge officer seating open up, and we'll get more usage out of that. But that is the only part of this ship that scales besides for the hull, which is fine because the content is scaling with that as well. So that's not a very big deal. But the rest of the ship, it equipped a bunch of crap that I did not want on here. The rest of the ship is completely unlocked for the tier that it is. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a tier 4 ship is what it takes you up to. Now, I have my settings set on auto equip whatever was on there. I don't know why it replaced stuff because it already had weapons on it, which is a little bit strange. But in any case, I am also going to leave the weapons on the ship that come with it. Now, they're not like the best weapons in the game or anything like that. They're not upgradable. They're white, but they're scaling. So as long as you're building your ship out correctly, so you're using, phaser amplifiers here, you're using resistance, anything else that you can do to boost phasers, these weapons are just going to scale with your level. Now, again, once you get to level 50 and level 60 and you're going in to do advanced TFOs and things like that, these weapons are not going to get it done. But they are more than capable to pace with the progression through the storylines and the content that you're doing while you're leveling a character. So it makes it nice where you have basically a fully unlocked tier 4 ship that the only part that scales is your bridge officer abilities, and the weapons that it comes equipped with, you can just leave on there. Now, I personally like using like beam overload for leveling, and I most likely would drop these torpedoes. Maybe I would put one on the front once I had enough tactical unlocked in order to get a torpedo spread. So I'd probably run like torpedo spread and beam overload is what I would do. And you can get extremely inexpensive, cheap torpedoes that are going to be a little bit better than what come on it. But as for the phaser beams, they're going to do just fine. And there's no reason to, go out and get like, a purple quality level 2 beam array for a ship like this. I mean, within playing, one night, you're going to be another 10 levels up, and you'll be able to upgrade that. And you don't want to have to keep upgrading and putting all these resources in. If you've just gotten the game and you're pumped and you're grinding through it, you're gonna be leveling up very, very quickly. And continually having to upgrade your gear and all of that kind of stuff is not only annoying and expensive on your resources, but it's just not really needed for playing through the story missions. Now, again, once you get to that level 55, 65, things are going to become a lot harder, and you're going to want to start sourcing good gear to build your ship out with. And at that point, it's worth it because that's gear you're going to keep. You can upgrade it and do all that. Stuff that you're using and getting a hold of early in game, you're going to be throwing away very quickly. So it doesn't really make sense, in my opinion, to start switching this stuff out, especially as a new player to the game. Now, if you already know what you're doing, and you've rolled a new character, and you know that I'm going to do a disruptor beam overload build on my my in-game setup. That's the whole point of why I'm putting this character together. Then maybe it makes sense to pick up a bunch of weapons that are going to be what you're going to use at a low level. Maybe use some of your Phoenix pack upgrades and then just continually upgrade them as you move and progress through the game. That might make sense. So you're kind of developing your build from the beginning. But for new players, or maybe you don't know what you're going to do, once you get to end game with this particular character, at least through level 50, just leave the stock weaponry on this and just use it. It's going to get the job done. And at level 7, which I'm at here, I have a fully unlocked tier 4 ship, with the exception of my bridge officer abilities. So pretty straightforward, short video, but I just wanted to get that out there. There's a lot of, I really focus on, the beginner's guide and the newer players and players that may be coming back to the game. This was something that was added a year or two back, and this was the first ship to actually scale with your level. And then they added or adjusted all the current tier 6 ships to do that, but they made all the current tier 6 do that in a different way, to where it scales every bit of the ship with your level. This one does not. It only scales your bridge officer abilities. So definitely consider grabbing that. If you're liking the game and you're level 15, 20, and you feel like you're going to be playing, this would definitely be a decent buy. If you're not, if that's not as big of a deal, look at one of the tier 6 ships. The other Elite Federation starter pack ship is an excellent ship for $5 more. I don't want to sound like a salesman, but if you're going to spend money on the game, do it as smartly as you can. So what's inexpensive, or pick up something like the Arbiter, which would be my go-to #1 tier 6 ship to have. It's going to fit most of all your builds except for basically science and torpedo builds, and it will scale, but it's going to scale just like a tier 3, 4, and 5 ship. It's going to take the whole thing up through those different levels, as opposed to this particular ship where the entire thing is unlocked the moment you get it, with the exception again of the bridge officer seating. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. Let me know how you guys level characters. If you're new to the game, what kind of things you're looking at, liking. If you have questions, put those in the comments. I do have a code for this starter pack. I'm going to go ahead and get that started in the Discord. I'm going to do it the day that I put this video live, which is most likely going to be tomorrow, which is the 18th my time. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Whenever you see the video go live, the giveaway will be live in the Discord server. So just hit up the Discord server. There'll be a link down below, and go to the giveaway tab and go ahead and jump in on it. If you do already have this pack, I don't think it'll even let you use the code, so please don't enter if you have it. Let somebody that doesn't have the opportunity to win and get this starter pack here for free. All right, guys, I think that does it. Have a great one. Thank you as always for watching, and again, if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do so. Give me a thumbs up and ring that bell. Until next time, guys, stay safe and have a good one.